Hello, 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 hello. It is day one of my 21-day live challenge, and I decided to start this 21-day live challenge with a bang. If this is your first time watching me live, my name is Terry Alford, and I am here with the Dr. Cozette M. White. She is an incredible woman that you all need to get to know. If you have never met her before, I am encouraging you to make sure that you listen in and you watch the replay and you share this video with other people who need to know about the incredible work that this woman does. I'm honored to say that she is going to be a speaker at the Attract Abundance Conference in October, on October the 24th through the 26th. And she also her company is also a sponsor for the event. So I want to introduce to some and present to others Dr. Cozette M. White. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Terry. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy. When you called me, I said, "Yep, I'm here. I'm ready. This is Monday. Yes, let's go, folks."
Yes, yes. Well, thank you again so much for saying yes and for coming to Texas.
Yes,
Texas!
Texas. Look, Texas got it going on from what I know.
Texas does have a lot of going on. It's a lot of money down here. And why not
Mhm.
have this money woman come down here and share with us how to better manage our money and prepare ourselves for millions, because she is a $1 million CEO, okay, multiple $1 million CEO. And so I want to tell you all a little bit more about her, and then we're going to start the interview. So, Dr. Cozette M. White is an acclaimed six-time best-selling author. She is nationally recognized as a tax and accounting strategist, a speaker, and a real estate investor. She is best known for helping entrepreneurs and individuals make wealth a priority by creating tangible results that make a meaningful difference in their lives. She has served clients for over 20 years, and she has been coined your financial physician. She's a doctor and she's a physician. Okay, she is your financial physician, because some people are financially sick. Okay, and as a result of her unparalleled ability to empower her clients to ditch debt and develop a plan to create the kind of wealth that leaves a secure financial legacy. She's also an award winning CEO of a company called My Financial Home Enterprises. This is a woman certified firm providing tax, accounting, and business management services. In 2019, Dr. Cozette founded the Tax Curative Institute to empower and support tax professionals. The Institute is an IRS approved continuing education provider for enrolled agents, credited tax preparers, and non-credential tax preparers, developing high-quality education services coupled with a powerful and easy learning platform. By the way, if you did not hear me, that the IRS approved her continuing education courses, she's somebody you should get to know. She is America's #1 advisory tax and accounting expert, and she is often requested nationally and locally to provide her expertise on personal finance, taxes, business trends, and leadership for youth as well as women. She is a resident Money Matters expert for Fox 40 Studio 40 Live, and her advice has been called upon by CBS This Morning, ABC, NBC, Fox television stations, and she has been featured on numerous radio shows, a recurring voice to millions, making regular appearances in various national media outlets, including Black Enterprise, Forbes, Women of Wealth, Upscale, the Huffington Post, and countless other newspapers across the country. You do not want to miss the opportunity to meet, learn, and connect from this queen. And By the way, if you purchase your ticket before 2024, you're going to be able to be on a special call with her where you can ask her anything. I'm going to put that plug there. The link is going across the bottom. Again, I present to some and introduce to others Dr. Cozette M. White. How was it listening to your bio?
I was like, wait a minute, is that me? Thank you, Terry.
You are welcome. I'm like that sometimes when people read my bio. I'm like, oh, I think
Right.
you're the bomb.com. You are the bomb.com queen. You have done all of that and so much more. Can you share with us how did you get started in the financial services world?
Absolutely, guys. So, for those of you that have heard this story, you know it all started when I got that first W 2. It started when I got that first W 2 for my job when I was in high school. And I went downstairs and I was like, well, mother, can you help me do my tax return? And her exact words and everything was like, baby, I'm going to need you to go downstairs or go upstairs, get a pen and a paper, and come on back down here. And we're going to do this tax return together. So that's kind of where it started. And I was really in high school, you all. And my 11th grade teacher advised me because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And she said, baby, why don't you take an accounting course? And so I took that accounting course and she said these exact words. You will always have a job. You will always be able to make it in accounting. And so her name, Mrs. Paramore from Manning High School in Wilmington, California. I've never changed. I never looked to the left. I never looked to the right. And I've just been on this journey for years and I'm enjoying it. And I say to everybody, listen, I'm not new to it, but I'm definitely true to it. The passion is there, you guys.
Oh my goodness, that's such an inspiration. As you were speaking, I'm like, I remember my high school accounting teacher. His name is
Yes.
Mr. Tice. Mr. Tice, if you're watching from Horn Lake High School in Horn Lake, Mississippi, thank you, sir, because he actually allowed me to help other students be able to understand accounting. I didn't know that I would be who I am today. So it's amazing how the things that we were really good at as a young person, as a child,
Right.
actually
Right.
helps us be able to find our purpose and our path in life. I see Dolores and Jasmine is watching. Hello, Queens. Thank you all for watching. So, by the way, while you're watching, if you have a question, please put it in the comment section. We want to make sure that we answer some of your questions here, maybe in regards to taxes. Dr. White is also an incredible businesswoman. So you may want to ask some business advice. So go ahead and put those questions there. So I have another question for you. How
Yeah.
did you know it was time for you to start your own business? Did you leave high school and go immediately into entrepreneurship, or did you work for someone else and then started your own tax and accounting firm? How did you know it was time for you to start your own business?
Absolutely. So when I graduated from college, I was actually doing taxes. And I had said that it was just going to be a quote unquote a side gig, a hustle. And so as we know, life happens, matters happen. And so I knew once I had got into corporate America I'm gonna say the first year, I knew it was not something that I wanted to do day in, day out. I said I wanted to. But long story short, I stayed in corporate America just a little bit too long, you guys. But I knew early on that I wanted to help small businesses grow. I wanted to help small businesses manage their finances. And as I began to grow myself, I was like, it's not just about growing. Let's help them save money. Let's put some strategies, some techniques in place that can help them reduce their tax liability. And then it just grew like, let's start helping our minors. Let's start helping our kids because I was listening to adults say, I wish I would have known what I know today. I wish I would have started saving when I was in my 20s. I wish someone had taught me about money in school. I wish my parents would have instilled that we save. Well, it clicked. Like life happened with me, but it just clicked like you on the right path, Dr. White. You are on the right path. This is where you need to be. This is where you need to start helping individuals in your own community instead of those Fortune 500s. Help those in your own community to build wealth, build generational wealth, and leave legacies. So that's where it all started. getting up, going to work every day, tired of looking at other people's numbers, tired of playing. What I like to say, y'all, is corporate pimping, because that was me. Get up, go to work, do my own stuff at the job, collect my job, come home, and put on a different hat. But seriously, I call it corporate pimping when you go to work using other people's money, right? That's how I started. That's when I knew it was time to switch.
Yeah.
I knew it was time to switch when I would get up every day and I would go to work and I would be consumed with Cozette stuff instead of the company stuff.
I can relate. So, for those of you who do not know, the last time I received a paycheck from a job was in 2019. And so I knew it was time to go when it was time to go. I didn't think it was going to be that soon, but when it was time to go, it was just time to go. And so I made sure that I was prepared though, because that time to go snuck up on me, but I always made sure that I was ready. So I didn't have to get ready. That's why you got to stay ready, right? And so I have some questions for you about that for people who do want to take that leap and they do want to become an entrepreneur. What are some things that you feel like these women and men, hey men, we know you watching too, but hey, what are some things that people need to make sure they have in order so that they do not jump ship prematurely?
Number one, I don't care what anybody say, mindset. If your mindset is not where it needs to be to go into entrepreneurship, you're setting yourself up for failure. Number two is discipline. Entrepreneurship is not about being cute, sitting at home, being in your PJs. It takes discipline, it takes consistency, and it requires that you do the work. You know, those are two key things. Other than that, when we talk about financially speaking, you all, one thing that held me to the seat in corporate America was I was afraid that I was not going to be bringing home a paycheck every 2 weeks. I was afraid that I would not have a 401k to save for retirement. I was afraid that I was giving up stock options that were available to me, my medical, dental, and vision. Let me say this to every single one of you who are listening to Terry and I. You can set yourself up for success by doing those things on your own. There's medical plans that are available to you that are cost effective. There's 401k plans that you can, as a business owner, set yourself up to have a set plan, a solo 401k plan. There's medical, dental, vision. There's so much that you can do on the opposite side. But because we go to school, elementary, junior high, high school, they teach us that we have to go to school, get a good job. We're conditioned to do that. And so we have to uncondition ourselves to say, hey, I have the mentality, I have the discipline, I know how to be consistent so that I can go off and become an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, and live the lifestyle that I want, create the paycheck that I choose to have, not where my back is against the wall and I'm stuck to a 3% pay increase every year, 4%, 5%, or heck, sometimes not even a pay increase. Okay. Listen, guys, you can do it. I set myself up for success. Now, I had 210 hours. I know that's not normal for some of us, worth of PTO hours stocked, saved on the books. So that was like a cushion for me when I left. That helped me because I was able to pay my mortgage up for several months and not worry about what was going to happen while I was building the business. So I think I paid about 7 months in advance. I just took the whole PTO, you guys, that whole final check, and just said there to my mortgage company. So to put things into reality, let's just think about it. I'm in California. Y'all know mortgages are high here. So
Right, it's not the mortgage.
So I was a highly compensated employee. So I just stacked the hours up, cashed out when I said bye-bye. And let me just say this. I know we are live and this is not how I tell everybody to do it, but this is how Dr. Cozette did it. The JOB had pissed me off one day, asking about a depreciation report. Depreciation, what I teach my clients. My boss, I don't know. It was just one day. She called me. I was working from home and she asked about the report, you all. And it was just in that moment. In that moment, I said, you know what? This is it. I'm not going back to the job. And in that moment, I called family members and said, I think I'm going to do it. And my uncle said, when a woman's fed up, a woman's fed up. You know when it's your time to leave the job. You've been saying it for years. If today is your day, then do it. Lord Jesus, I did it. I walked in the very next day. I gave my letter of resignation, and my exact words was, I'm retiring from corporate America. Their mouth fell open. You're not going to give us 2 weeks? Nope. 3 weeks? Nope. A week? I'm out of here today. Well, what about your team upstairs? What about payroll upstairs? We need to cut checks today. Is plenty of people up there that know how to do it. I've been here long enough. If they don't know how to do it, you guys find somebody. I'm out. Bye. That is how I did it. I am not saying everybody can do that, but I was fed up. And so make sure you have things lined up, plan A, plan B, and plan C. If it is your desire to leave corporate America, it can be done. I'm not saying do it in the way that I did it, but it can be done to everyone who's listening to Terry and I.
There are so many gems in what you said, and I don't have time to unpack it all, but I'm just going to tell you how I processed what you said. Okay. So what she said, I'm gonna paraphrase it for a few people that may have missed it and may have gone over their head. So what you don't want to do is quit without a plan. You have to have a plan even before you need a plan. What I heard you say is that you had enough PTO built up so you were able to pay your mortgage for up to 7 months. So when you were working on building your business, you weren't concerned with being desperate for money because you already had that stuff taken care of. But in order for you to build up that much money in PTO, you had to be a good employee. You had to show up to work. So there's people out here want to be entrepreneurs and bad employees. Honey, it's not your time to be an entrepreneur if you don't know how to show up for the job. If you don't show up for them, you're not going to show up for yourself, because the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and he starts with your mind. So as soon as you get discouraged, as soon as you get a few no's, as soon as you get distracted, you are going to stop being disciplined. So you need to be disciplined. You need to practice the discipline while you're on your job now. And then you build up that money so that you can say, you know what? Today is the day.
Right. And I'm going to throw one more tip out at everybody. Like, I teach the art of negotiation to family members when you're going in looking for a job. I don't know about you guys, but you don't have to just accept the 1 week vacation, the 2 week vacation. You could go in and negotiate 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Trust me, they give it to the CEOs, they give it to the higher management, the executives every single time. But if you don't ask, they're not going to give it to you. So I always went in and asked for an extra 2 weeks as part of my negotiation, as part of my compensation package, y'all. I'm gonna leave, okay? So that's part of my compensation. That's my baby.
Listen, I'm so excited that you brought that up, because what I can say is I am a Black woman. Just in case you notice, I'm Black, y'all. And then Dr. Cozette is a Black woman. And what we don't often hear growing up is that we should master the art of negotiation. Like, negotiation is not something we're taught. We actually have a lot of skills to make us a great negotiator, but I feel like we are discouraged from negotiating, and it goes into our dating life, it goes into our corporate life, it goes into our business life, because we think like negotiation is a bad thing. So it's like your parents say this and you're like, well, I just gotta accept that. But I feel like in other cultures, sometimes it's welcome for you to bring an alternate
Yes.
option. Like let's discover a new way. Let's discover a way in which this can work better for the both of us. That let's come to a healthy compromise. So I'm
Right.
so glad that you shared that, because I think that it's really important for us to understand that negotiation is a great thing for us to learn to master. It's a great thing
Exactly.
for us to learn to master, especially as business women, but especially as Black women, because
Yes.
I mean, unless you have a mentor, a father, a mother, a teacher that taught you that you
Yes.
should be negotiating in life, you don't negotiate. You just
No.
take the offer. You say, "Oh, well, that's good money. Oh, girl, I got
Right.
a good job with benefits.
Right.
I got a
And
good man
so,
with benefits," and you don't even realize like you could have so much more if you had to just opened your mouth and actually thought about what it is that you need and what is the value that you're bringing to the table.
right. Because the closed mouth doesn't get fed. And when you negotiate, to all of you, negotiate more than what you want so that hopefully you can land where you really want.
Mhm.
Ask for more and hopefully you'll land where you want.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, we. Oh, we. See, this is supposed to be a short conversation, but I know we could be here all day. I already see that the Mamapreneur podcast, that's Robin. Hey, Robin. She said this is good. If you think this is good, if you are inspired, if you're finding this to be inspirational, motivational, educational, put those words in the comment section. We want to see how we're doing. And we also want to make sure that as we continue to go live and share with you why you need to be at the Attract Abundance Conference, that we're talking about things that you need to hear, that we are teaching on things that you are ready to apply, that you're getting into rooms. Yeah, she said, "Hey girl, hey, you are getting into this room knowing that this is going to be the place where you're going to get your breakthrough." But like Dr. Cozette said, a closed mouth don't get fed. So it's time for you to actually say what it is that you want. Speaking of saying what we want, let's talk about this whole attract abundance thing, right? So I believe that there is so much power right here.
Right.
Oh, there's so much power right here. By
Mhm.
the way, if you haven't bought your ticket yet and you want to have access to an exclusive training of me speaking about how to attract with your voice, go to attractabundance.com right now, purchase your ticket, and you will get access to that training tonight at 7. If you do not purchase your ticket today, you will miss that training. You'll have to catch the other ones. If you get your tickets by June 24th, you'll be able to have a personal, exclusive Q&A call, Ask Me Anything call with Dr. Cozette White in the month of June. But after June, you missed the opportunity to speak to this queen. You're going to have to wait to speak to her for the price of admission to the conference. You're gonna miss that. You're gonna have to wait until the conference, because people pay her hundreds and thousands of dollars to be able to ask her questions. So I'm giving you a bonus. She giving you a bonus. She is offering up the opportunity for you to ask her anything. What was it like? Well, you know what? Let me back up. So let's talk about attract abundance. And then I want you to tell us, what was it like when your business first hit $1 million in income? I want to know, like, what did that feel like? What did it look like? What did it sound like? Like what was it like? Did you say I want to tell everybody, or ain't telling nobody? Like, what was it like? But let's talk about attract abundance, right? And let's talk about the power we have in our tongue. So when you first heard the title Attract Abundance in the Attract Abundance Conference, like, what came up for you? What were you thinking? Like, what made you say, I want to be a part of this?
Well, when I think about attract abundance, first of all, in the power of the tongue, I'm all about what we think about, we bring about. And I also say that money is energy. And if we want to attract abundance, it's again, I'm gonna go back to mindset. And I also, Terry, to be honest, I thought about my book, Attracting the Best. It's all about wealth, prosperity, and abundance from a biblical standpoint. And it's all about what we think about, we bring about. So when we attract abundance, it's attracting whatever we want into our space. And it's enough out there to go around for all of us. When we think about the word abundance, it's enough to be shared amongst every and anybody. So we have to attract it into our space. We have to be a magnet and just watch what we say, watch what we do, and also watch how we think, what we think about money, how we feel about money, and how we appreciate it. So that's what I think about when I think about attract abundance.
Oh, that's amazing. I actually want to talk to you about that book once we finish up this live. Please don't let me.
Okay.
So awesome. My next question is how was it when you first realized that your business generated over $1 million in income? What
It
was it?
was it was actually a shock because I don't know about it. All of us, we say we want to hit $1 million and we lay it out in black and white. We project, we forecast, and my projection was over 1 million. And I kept saying, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I think it just it just happened. And I wasn't in disbelief. I was actually in awe when I first saw my bank account. When I saw that it actually, because I actually got a couple of checks that actually took me over the $1 million mark. And it was just like, I can't believe I got these checks. Let me go make sure I photocopy them and put them away so that I can show my receipts. But it was a thing of don't go out and spread it, don't go out and share it on social media. I recently shared it on social media only because my coach had provided me with an award, and so, of course, I wanted to show the world then, but I didn't go out and want to tell the world, "Oh, I'm a millionaire." I just didn't feel that I needed to let the world know. I'm like, your work speaks for itself. Your work speaks for itself. There you have it.
Wow, 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 wow. So you before you hit 1 million, you hit you hit 100,000. Then you hit 200,000 at some point in time. You hit 350,000. You hit 500,000. You hit 700,000 at some point in time, and you still had a coach.
I've had a coach for years. I think that it is so important to have a coach because they are someone that you can bounce ideas off. They're someone who's going to steer you in the right direction. I don't know everything. And so I need to ask questions. I need to bounce ideas off of them. I need to put a strategy in front of them to ask, is this going to work? So every person that is a business owner, I feel that you need to have a coach at every single level. It's different at every level. What I was doing at 100K, I'm not doing at 1 million. What I was doing at 250, I'm not doing at 1 million. What I was doing at 500, I'm not doing at 1 million. So it takes a different coach at different levels to get you to the next level. And that's in all honesty, like to get you to six figures, I can get you to six figures in my sleep. Can I get you to 250? Can I get you to 500? It may require a different coach at every level. So you got to have a coach, and not just one coach, Terry. I had multiple coaches at one time. I had a speaker coach, I had a business coach, I had a systems coach. So I had a couple of coaches at one time, a
Mhm.
life coach, spiritual coach. You need these things. You need them.
You
Entrepreneurs should be entrepreneurs.
for real. Seriously. See, that's why I love you. And when you first said, I want to be a part of that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So you and I both have had the same coach at the same time. We were
Hmm.
in two different programs, but we had the same coach at the same time. And so
Right.
another benefit to having a coach, even at different levels, because I love how you said that, like you need a different, sometimes you need different coaches at different levels for different things.
You
But
do.
even during that time, there is a great chance that I would have never found you had you not been connected to that coach, because when you were connected to that coach, before I even met the coach, I looked at everybody that was on the lineup for her event, and that's how your name popped up.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Wow.
be y'all while we talking about attracting abundance. Let me tell you how she's sitting here for real, for real. I had already researched her. I looked her up. And unfortunately, the time that I thought I was gonna meet her in person, I didn't get a chance to meet her in person. But oh, what is meant to be will be what God has for you. It is for you, because literally a few months later, I was asked to speak at an event, and she was asked to speak at that same event. And I was like, oh, and I walked up to her. Did I not? I walked up to you and I said, hey, I know exactly who you are. I know
Yeah.
exactly who you are.
Yes.
Exactly
Yeah.
who. Here's who you are. Here's what you
Yeah.
do. I've been following you for some time. I am so honored to meet you.
Thank you. Thank
Introduce
you.
myself. And guess what? She is here. I hope that you all picked up on that. Sometimes you need to get into close proximity with certain people so you can have access to certain people. And sometimes you need to take that bold move to introduce yourself to someone who you have been following, who you have been admiring. Because little do you know, they may have been following and admiring you too.
True. That is true. And to I believe I have been following Terry on LinkedIn, you all. Her LinkedIn's would pop up and I would catch her. She'd be at a restaurant, she'd be out catching some sun rays, doing a live, and I would always listen. So when I think I met you, I think I said, yeah, I watch you on LinkedIn.
Yes, you did. You did. I said, oh, you know who I am. I remember that day. I walked up to you. We were in the hotel lobby, and I introduced myself, and you said, oh, yeah, I watch your videos on LinkedIn. And I was like, you know who I am? And that was
But
the
let me say
first time.
something to that. If you guys didn't catch that, it probably was the algorithms on social media because she had been following me. So therefore, her information was popping up. So I don't know if y'all caught that, but that's how I ended up finding Terry. Her LinkedIn lives they started popping up over a year ago, and I'd catch them and I'd watch them, and she was giving good information.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. I remember the day she called me and she was like, hey, I got questions. I want to see the $1 million baby plan. I was like, for real? And so that is proof that you never know who is watching you. That's how you attract abundance. First, you need to be your authentic self. And then secondly, you got to be consistent. And you have to know that the people, like you said, what is meant for you is for you, right? So the people who are for you are going to be attracted to you. That's why y'all need to be at the Attract Abundance conference, because there are going to be some women in that space that you would not have met otherwise if you did not come to that conference. So of course you want to meet me. I mean, I'm amazing. But you also want to meet Dr. Cozette White. She's amazing too. But there are going to be some other women that are going to be in the room that you would not have met. There are women coming from Michigan, New York. Dr. Cozette is coming from California, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, DC. That's why you got to get your ticket to the Attract Abundance Conference. And if you wait till the last minute, you may not be able to get VIP, because everybody that's buying a ticket right now is buying VIP. I haven't had a person buy a general admission ticket yet. So you want to go ahead and move yourself to get your ticket. So let me go ahead and see these questions really quickly, and then we'll wrap up because I know you have a busy day. The first question I have here is from Jasmine Ware, who will be at the Attract Abundance Conference. Shout out to Jasmine for getting her ticket early. What are some of the qualities you should look for in having a coach or hiring a coach? Great question.
That's a really great question. I think number one, you want to look for receipts. And what do I mean by receipts? I think you need to look at their track record. You need to see visual social proof these days. You also may want to ask for recommendations. You want to be able to inspect what you expect. Okay. A lot of people do a lot of talk nowadays, but talk is cheap. Show me the money. Show me the receipts. You want to make sure that they align with your values, with your goals. If they are God driven, you want to make sure, if you're God driven and if that's important to you, you want to make sure that they are in alignment with that. But you too must be in alignment. You must be coachable, and you want to make sure that they have a coach as well. That is really important. You want to make sure that the person who is coaching you, they have a coach. And we may not always share who our coaches are, but just ask and then go from there. And but I think for me, showing proof as one of the most important things, and alignment with your mission, your vision. They're God-fearing women or men.
Yes, I've had one male coach that I paid. He was actually my first coach.
Hmm.
I still refer to him as Uncle Mark, even though he's not my uncle. But I had one male, and then the rest of them have been women. Great question, Jasmine. By the way, I am a business coach, and right now I do have an offer. If you're interested in that offer, just send me a DM, and I'll share with you a way that you can coach with me for 90 days. The price goes up on June 21st because that's my birthday. That's when I'm one of the gifts I'm giving to myself as my birthday. I'm raising the prices. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. If you are in the tax space, you definitely want to reach out to Dr. Cozette. Dr. Cozette, would you mind, before I get to this next question, would you mind sharing with the audience ways that they can work with you? Like, how can they find you, or how can they work with you in season and off season?
Absolutely. So, number one, if you are I have two. So, I have My Financial Home. That is our tax and accounting side where we work with our clients on the tax planning, tax resolution. If you are a tax professional under the Tax Curative, we are an IRS approved education provider. So, we provide education, resources, coaching. We have basic income tax classes for those of you who may be interested in starting a career in the tax industry. I'm right here. I do teach our existing professionals on the advanced courses, how to get your ETHN, how to get your P10. I am also a tax reseller of software. So if you are a software provider, or excuse me, if you are a tax preparer and you service clients who use nothing but bank products, let's have a conversation, because I can help you get software with low back end fees, tech support, customer service support, training. We are a full institution where we service our tax professionals to help empower you, to help you grow, scale, and leverage in your business. And Terry shared it, but I'm gonna share it. She said 20 years because that probably needs to be updated. You guys, I said I'm not new to it. I'm definitely true to it. I've been in this industry for 33 years. I know I look good, but I have been in this industry for 33 years. Yes, yes.
Yeah, yes, you look great. I'm 33 years old today.
Oh, what do you think? Look, Terry was a baby.
No, not 90 was that year. 90 was the best year ever. Okay, so let's see. Camille said, what is the daily tradition or task that you can't miss? And I think that's a question for you, Dr. Cozette.
I think a daily task that you cannot miss is making sure that you do some income producing activity. Income producing activity. That is something that we need to do every single day, whether it is make a sales call, whether it is follow up an email on a proposal that you sent out, whether it is posting on social media to your ideal client, not just getting on social media having fun. No, I mean getting on social media with a purpose. The purpose is to create revenue. But those are things that I always do. I am a creature of habit. I check my checking account every single morning. Why? In corporate America, I had to check cash every single morning. And I'm talking about when I was a staff accountant all the way to when I became the director or CFO controller, whatever title I held. It was cash. Make sure you know where you stand on a daily basis. Know where your outstanding receivables are, who hasn't paid you, who needs to pay you. Don't let things get out of hand. know what you owe, what vendors need to be paid, because if money ain't coming in, money can't go out, right? So those are daily rituals. I literally check my account every day. And at this point, I don't even check it. Someone on the team checks the cash on a daily basis and sends me a cash report. So those are what I do. Income producing activities on a daily basis.
Daily. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All
And we
right.
need to prioritize what's income producing. We need to prioritize what's in this 80% and then what's down here in this 20%. That's a whole nother conversation. But just remember IPAs.
See, listen, just save the rest. We're gonna wrap this up because we gonna save the rest for the people who have purchased their ticket to the Attract Abundance Conference. You can ask her more questions on a private Zoom if you get your ticket by June 24th. If you have your ticket by June 10th, which is tonight at 7, I am going to train on how to attract more people with your voice. I don't know if y'all picked up on it, but I attracted her. Wait, her. I attracted her with my voice.
Yes.
She attracted me with her visibility. And then when I saw the video, if you haven't seen the video that's in the caption of this video or the video that I sent with the on the email, go check out that video, like her introduction video at the conference where I met her at. I was like, that's a bomb introduction video. It was so attractive. It was so attractive. I remember it to this day. So if you have more questions for her, you want to make sure that you go to attractabundanceconference.com. You purchase your ticket and you are in that space. Now, there'll be other people who have bought their tickets on that Zoom as well. So it's also an opportunity to start networking. Like, why wait till October? We want you to make the money that you invested into this conference. We want you to make that money back tenfold before October. But you got to start investing in yourself now. This is $1 million CEO who just told you she's never without a coach. Sometimes she has multiple coaches at the same time. I always have a coach. You need a coach. It looks like Kishma George is watching from Delaware. Hello, how's the air in Delaware? Thank you for watching. She said awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up by asking you, is there one piece of advice that you can give to the businesswoman who is discouraged in this season? I've been seeing a lot of posts as I scroll through my timeline of people who may have been discouraged. Life is lifing. Business is not businessing like it used to. And I know that even the strongest need some words of encouragement. So is there one piece of advice or one word of encouragement that you can give to the woman whose business is not doing what they want it to do right now or what she wants it to do right now?
I'm going to say stay the course, pray, stay the course, pray, ask God specifically what it is that you want, be patient, and it'll be delivered.
Oh, amen. Amen. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for watching this live. I'll be going live again tomorrow, but you can't get included access or bonus access to her unless you get your ticket. So go ahead and get your ticket. I thank you all for watching this live, and I hope that you all have an amazing day. Oh, lastly, if you're watching the replay, type #replay. All right. Adios.